Today's topic is vestibular apparatus. Functional anatomy. It is present in internal ear or in labyrinth, which is situated in petrous part of temporal bone. Consists of bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth consists of three parts: vestibule, semicircular canal, and cochlea. Membranous labyrinth filled with endolymph, which is like intracellular fluid, and it is surrounded by perilymph, which resembles extracellular fluid. And this membranous labyrinth consists of utricle and saccule. They are also known as the otolith organs. And there are three semicircular canal, which is lie within the body of semicircular canal. And there is also duct of cochlea, which is mainly present in body of cochlea. So this is the structure of vestibular apparatus. Okay, so these are the semicircular canal. This is vestibule. Okay, so there are two cavity, utricle and saccule, and then cochlea. But in vestibular apparatus, this cochlea is not included. Only semicircular canal and vestibule, they form vestibular apparatus. So semicircular canal, utricle and saccule collectively form vestibular apparatus. Semicircular canal, there are total three. Okay, anterior, posterior, and lateral. Anterior and posterior semicircular canal are vertical, and lateral one is horizontal. Okay, so in this figure you can see this is anterior or superior semicircular canal. Okay, this one is posterior, so presentation is vertical, and this is lateral semicircular canal. Okay, so presentation is horizontal. Now one end of each semicircular canal is dilated, which is known as the ampulla, and ampulla contains receptor organ known as a crista ampullaris. Okay, so this portion, end portion of each semicircular canal which connect the vestibule is dilated portion. Okay, so this dilated portion is known as a ampulla, and if we see cross section of this ampulla, then we can see crista ampullaris, which is receptor organ. Okay, so this is structure of crista ampullaris. Okay, we will discuss later. Otolith organs, it refers combined to two vestibular sac called utricle and saccule. Utricle is larger one, in which there is an opening of three semicircular canal, and it is indirectly connected to saccule and ductus endolymphaticus by the ductus utriculosacularis. Okay, so in this figure you can see here, so this is utricle, it is larger than saccule. Okay, so one side it is connected with the ampulla of semicircular canal, and in another side it is connected with saccule, okay, by this duct. Okay, so this is known as a ductus utriculosacularis. Okay, now this ductus endolymphaticus, after being joined by the ductus utriculosacularis, passes on end in small bag-like structure known as a endolymphaticus sac. Okay, so this is endolymphaticus sac, utriculosacularis duct connected with this endolymphaticus sac. Now another cavity is saccule, which is smaller than utricle. It is globular sac, which is connected to utricle indirectly through ductus utriculosacularis, and it is connected with cochlea via ductus reunion. Okay, so it is connected with utriculosacularis with utricle, and this side it is connected with the cochlea by means of ductus reunion. Okay, now receptors, vestibular receptors, they are known as a hair cell. They are slowly adapting mechanoreceptors. Hair cell of semicircular canal located in mass of tissue within ampulla called crista ampullaris, and hair cell of utricle and saccule are located in mass of tissue called macula. Okay, so there are two type of hair cell. Okay, and both the type present in one place is crista ampullaris and another is macula. So what is the location of crista ampullaris? Okay, So it is the end portion of semicircular canal. Okay, and macula, it is present in utricle and saccule. So hair cell two type 1 and type 2. Type 1 hair cell are flask shaped, make synaptic contact with afferent nerve fiber only. Type 2 hair cell cylindrical in shape, make synaptic contact with afferent and efferent nerve fibers. Cilia of hair cell. The apex of each hair cell has a cuticle plate from which there is a origin of 40 to 60 cilia, and these cilia are known as stereocilia, which are motile. One large non-motile cilium located at the end of cell is called kinocilium. Okay, so type 1 and type 2. Okay, so these are the cilia from this cuticle plate. Okay, so these are the smaller one are known as stereocilia, which are motile in nature, and larger one is kinocilia, okay, which is non-motile. Okay, so type 1, type A and type B hair cell. Now activity of hair cell. Hair cells are polarized cell. Membrane potential of hair cell is minus 60 millivolt. When stereocilia are bent towards the kinocilium, cell depolarizes and membrane potential is decreased to about minus 50 millivolt. And when stereocilia are bent away from the kinocilium, there is a hyperpolarization. So the changes in activity of hair cell are conveyed to central nervous system by afferent fiber, and which form vestibular part of 8th cranial nerve. Now receptor present in semicircular canal, okay, as we know that it is known as a crista ampullaris. So it is a ridge like area having following structure: neuroepithelium, secretory epithelial cell, and cupula. Okay, so in this figure you can see this is structure of crista ampullaris, which is present in ampulla of semicircular canal. Okay, so first neuroepithelium, okay, then there is secretory granules, and then cupula. Okay, then there is a cupula. So neuroepithelium formed by hair cell innervated by primary afferent of vestibular nerve. Secretory epithelial cell surrounded the hair cell and form the so-called planum semilunatum around them. Okay, so this is planum semilunum. Okay, and this is neuroepithelial cell. Okay, and cupula, it is a dome shaped large mass of gelatinous material, and it forms compliant seal that close the lumen of canal and preventing free circulation of endolymph. Okay, so this is cupula, dome shaped structure. Okay, so neuroepithelium, then secretory layer, okay, supporting cells, planum semilunatum, and then cupula terminalis. So there are three structure of crista ampullaris. Stimulation of receptor in semicircular canal. How these receptors are stimulated, okay, which is present in semicircular canal. So movement produced in endolymph by the angular movement of the head leads to pushes cupula backwards and causing cilia of hair cell to bend. And depending upon whether stereocilia are pushed towards or away from kinocilium, the hair cell depolarize or hyperpolarize. Okay, so when stereocilia move towards the kinocilium, then there is a depolarization, and when they move away from the kinocilia, then there is a hyperpolarization. Now receptor present in otolith organs, okay, utricle and saccule. So structure of macula, this tissue is known as the macula. So there are neuroepithelium of macula formed by hair cell type 1 and type 2 both, supporting cell present around the hair cell, and there is a otolith membrane which is formed by flat gelatinous material covering the hair cell, and this contain crystal of calcium carbonate, and that's what it is called otoliths or otogonia, which increase its specific gravity as compared to endolymph, and cilia of hair cell projected in gelatinous material. Okay, so this is structure of macula. Okay, hair cell present in the macula, or we can say utricle and saccule. Okay, so structure of macula: A showing utricle horizontally placed. Okay, horizontally placed. So this is otolith membrane. Okay, kinocilia and stereocilia, and there is a hair cell. And B is saccule vertically placed. Okay, presentation is vertical. Okay, vertically placed tissue of macula. Okay, now stimulation of receptor in otolith organs. The movement produced in otolith membrane by linear acceleration of head cause the cilia hair cell to bend, and this leads to excitation of vestibular afferent supplying this cell. So orientation of macula. So macula of utricle is directed horizontally. Okay, so this is horizontal presentation. So its cilia are in vertical plane. Okay, so make tissue or hair cells presentation is horizontal, but presentation of cilia is vertical. Okay, so when there is a linear acceleration, for example moving in the car, okay, so there is a movement of hair cell in moving car. Okay, so there is a horizontal presentation of tissue macula and vertical presentation of cilia. Okay, both kinocilium and stereocilia. Macula of saccule is directed vertically. Okay, directed vertically. So its cilia in horizontal plane. Okay, cilia present horizontally. Here cilia present vertically. Okay, and they are stimulated by vertically directed linear acceleration. For example, moving in a lift. Okay, so a receptor organ or hair cell which is present in saccule, they are stimulated during vertically directed linear acceleration, and hair cell or receptor present in utricle, they are stimulated when there is a linear acceleration, for example moving in the car. Okay. Now vestibular pathway. Okay, so after stimulation of this to receptor, okay, either by angular movements, okay, in case of crista ampullaris, okay, stimulation of receptor organ crista ampullaris, and if there is a linear acceleration, then there is a stimulation of receptor present in otolith organs like utricle and saccule. Okay, so after stimulation, this information pass through vestibular nerve, okay, vestibulocochlear nerve to the brain. Okay, so there is a vestibular pathway. So how it is formed? So receptor are the hair cell, as we know, which is located in crista ampullaris and utricle and saccule. First order neuron, okay, first order neuron formed by bipolar cells, hair cell. The afferent fiber carrying impulses from hair cell are dendrites of bipolar cell, and having their cell bodies in vestibular or Scarpa's ganglion, which is situated in internal auditory meatus. Now this bipolar cell form first order neuron of this pathway. Now axon of this cell form vestibular division of vestibulocochlear nerve, okay, 8th cranial nerve, which enters the medulla ventral to the inferior cerebellar peduncle, and these axon divide into ascending and descending branches which end in 4 parts: vestibular nuclei of the same side, descending branches in the medial, lateral and inferior vestibular nuclei, ascending branches reach superior vestibular nucleus. So practical purpose, 4 vestibular nuclei treated as a single functional unit. Okay, and this vestibular nuclei form second order neuron. Okay, second order neuron. Okay, but there is a various nuclei as we have mentioned. After that, afferent connection from vestibular apparatus, inhibitory fiber from cerebellum and cerebrum. Okay, so in addition to main afferent from vestibular apparatus, Vestibular nuclei also receive inhibitory fiber from cerebral cortex as well as from cerebellum. Okay, and there is also efferent connection. Okay, we will discuss in detail in next lecture. So there are efferent connection like efferent to vestibulospinal. It is formed by vestibulospinal tract, vestibuloocular tract, vestibulocerebellar fibers, vestibuloreticular spinal tract, vestibuloruberospinal tract, and vestibulothalamo-cortical fibers. But we will discuss in next lecture. Okay, so in this figure you can see the vestibular pathways. Okay, so from hair cell, okay, receptors in present in utricle and saccule and semicircular canal. Okay, then vestibular ganglion. Okay, and then this is vestibulocochlear nerve, eighth cranial nerve, which is now enter into the brain stem. Okay, and there is a vestibular nuclei. Okay, and vestibular nuclei having afferent and efferent. Okay, so afferent we have discussed. Now efferent we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.